A diffraction grating is a screen with a large number of slits per per um, per distance. So it could be 10,000 lines per centimeter. Could be, you know, a lot of different values here. And you have transmission gratings that are cutting glass. Or transparencies. And reflection gratings are in reflective surfaces. Now, for diffraction gratings, we have to use interference analysis. We can't use what we were using for double slit and single slit. We'd have to use interference analysis to be able to come up with this, not diffraction, not the diffraction analysis. I see where I just spelled a word wrong here. And it turns out that, looking at this diagram, it turns out that our formula is very similar to what we had for the double slit. And here we have sine of theta is equal to m lambda divided by d. D is this distance between the average distance between the slits, and the distance should be the same between all the slits. And here we have, again, m equals 0, plus or minus 1, plus or minus 2, plus or minus 3. This is for all of the constructive interferences. And what happens with the diffraction grating is that these are the major peaks. You're going to have some minor peaks in between. So we really aren't going to worry about destructive interference, because you've got all these little areas here where you're going to have little peaks of light and dark, but you're going to have major peaks, and that's what we're more concerned about. And so that's the formula here is for these major peaks. Now, when we're doing our problems for the diffraction, one thing that we have to remember is that this d is the distance between the slits. So if we are given a problem that says we have a diffraction grating of 10,000 lines per centimeter, then D is going to be centimeters over 10,000 lines. So D becomes a reciprocal, and that tells us how the distance between each of these lines, that's what we're looking for. That's the D that's in this formula. So make sure that when you're calculating this distance that you have it as a terms of a distance, not terms of lines. Lines doesn't tell you anything. Lines per centimeter doesn't tell you anything. It's not the correct unit. You have to get it in centimeters per line. And that'll be the correct way to use the D in that formula, and you'll get an answer that makes sense.